Hey every peoples, Marcus from 5th Ace Comics here, and welcome back to Ironsworn. In our last session, things went pretty bad. We had a bit of a rough time. Tamara of the Iron Wardens was setting out to find the source of the Firstborn attacks and put a stop to it, and she ran into a little bit of trouble along the way. So she's looking a little bit rough at the moment. Let's bring up her character art now, her new character art. Yeah, she got into a bit of a tussle with a sodden zombie, lost an eye, lost Myrtle, the ship's carpenter, who foolishly decided to wander off on her own in a cove after following Tamara when she was told not to. But anyway, Tamara returned to the Etania cavern and was almost immediately set upon by the leader of the local Etania, a elderly warrior named Otan, who told her the source of the Etania's aggression. It turns out that a meteor fell not too far from here and has unleashed a new wave of the Iron Blight, a sickness that drives beasts mad with anger and pain, but is also very dangerous and fatal to the Firstborn. So the Etania have been trying to gather all the resources they can in an effort to stay alive, and some of that involved attacking our fishing boats and stealing our resources and taking us hostage. So it's all in all been a pretty bad time, and Tamara is not in any position to fight right now. She is low on momentum, she's low on health, she's low on spirit. Yeah, Tamara's in a bit of a bad way, but now she knows what she has to do, or at the very least knows what she can do to end the Etania attacks. She has to find this meteor and somehow put a stop to the plague. We don't know how that's going to happen, but we have our Iron Vow. It hasn't changed. We still have to find the source of the Etania attacks and stop it, but now we know what the threat is, the fallen meteorite that has unleashed the Iron Blight. So, when last we left the scene, Otan had just dropped this bombshell on Tamara, telling her what is happening. And he seemed like a fairly reasonable guy. We rolled up some attributes for Otan. He has a bit of a demanding disposition, but he is old, so he is an experienced warrior. He is stealthy, which is how he was able to get the drop on us so easily, but he's also friendly. While the Firstborn aren't usually friendly with humans, I think that is the trait that gave him a bit of a reasonable... it was reasonable that he would stop and talk to Tamara rather than straight out attacking her, which is how we got to this situation. So, as we are here now, Otan has just dropped this bombshell. We tried to gather information from him. All he would tell us was that there was this plague and this environmental calamity, which were the sources of this threat. And the calamity is the meteorite impacting. There is probably some kind of geological shift because of it. There could be like minor earthquakes because of it. There's obviously now fissures in the ground. And on top of that, it has unleashed this plague. So Tamara, maimed and shaken and not looking for a fight, she says to him, "Where did the Skystone fall? If I can find it, maybe I can stop it somehow." But because we rolled a miss on our gather information roll there, Otan is not giving any more information. He just says, "It is a fool's errand. There's no way you can stop it. The Blight might not claim you the same way it claims beasts, but it's only a matter of time before it overtakes your people as well. And I will not stay here and let my people be subjected to the slim chance that a human could prevent this plague from spreading further." And he kind of turns towards the mouth of the cavern, sort of looks back and says, "You slaughtered my people, but I will not see more bloodshed this day. You may go in peace, but know that if you cross paths with any of my people again, I cannot stop them from attacking you. Go on your fool's errand, human. If you think you have a chance of stopping this plague, I can only pray to the oldest gods that you are right." And with that, he sort of disappears into the water and swims off. Because the Atanya are a bit like Aquaman, so they've got an amazing swimming speed on them. He's just like immediately gone. So Tamara is still reeling from this fact. It's utterly crazy, but she has to find a way to stop this. And this is where something that I've sort of been neglecting a little bit comes into play. I've made some notes here for a quest outline. Because when you swear an iron vow in this, you can leave it very vague as to how you're going to complete it, but it sort of helps to plot out the vague steps of what you can do to fulfill this iron vow. So I have plotted out an outline for what Tamara can do to potentially solve this problem and fulfill her vow. So first, she needs to find out where the meteor is, because Otan was not giving up the location. Once she knows where it is, she then has to find someone who knows how to stop it. She has to know how to stop the spread of the plague. She may have to assist this person in whatever they need to stop the plague. Then she's got to find the meteor itself. She's got to get there. She's got to overcome whatever prevents the meteor from being reached. There might be some kind of strange beast that has taken up residence near it and has been warped by it, or there might be some treacherous terrain that has been formed because of the meteors falling, but it's not going to be easy to get there. Then she's got to return whatever is needed so that the plague can be stopped, like whether that be something that can contain the meteor or something that can cure the plague or prevent it. She's got to bring that back. And then I don't know if she has to inform the Atanya before she can fulfill the vow, but it might help. If she comes to the Atanya and tells them that she has found a solution for the plague, then they will most definitely stop attacking. Well, they might not definitely stop attacking, but it would give them less cause to outright assault the human settlements. And speaking of human settlements, for the first step to learn the location of this meteor, Tamara has to find a safe spot with people that she can trust, other Ironlanders, where she can recover and then find someone who can stop this plague. First priority is get to safety. She is not in a good spot right now. So the next step, she is going to head further up the coast and try and find another human settlement. Because while Mournfield is quite isolated down here, there's probably one or two more settlements somewhere here along the coastline. So if she can find one of those, reach there, recuperate for a little bit, and be ready and refreshed, she can continue with her quest. So she is going to prepare herself to set out. So we're going to go over to our moves here, and we are going to secure an advantage. We're going to try. We are going to attempt to secure an advantage to potentially boost our momentum a little bit, because we're currently sitting at -4 momentum, which is not a good situation. And considering that our maximum only goes up to 8 because we are shaken and maimed, we need all the momentum we can get. So let's go back to moves, and I believe. Oh no, okay. So I was just checking my waterborne path. Secure an advantage. Secure an advantage. There it is. I'm preparing to undertake an aquatic journey, so I can secure an advantage with a +1. So we are going to roll to secure an advantage. We're going to roll with wits because we are using the expertise here. Submit that, and we'll get a +1 modifier. +1. Let's see how this goes. Weak hit. Okay. See this? I rolled a 9. I'm pretty sure I rolled maximum on that die. The dice just do not like me. So anyway, we'll bump our momentum up to -3, and so Tamara makes some preparations for her journey. She now realizes more than ever she has to get to a settlement so she can recuperate and get a head start on this quest. So we're gonna start here. Journey. Find the nearest human settlement. And I'd imagine the nearest human settlement isn't too far away. So this is going to be a troublesome journey. And we are going to undertake the journey. This is going to have a +1 because, again, we are waterborne. So we are going to, I believe it's wits. Yes, we roll with wits. And we get a +1. This is the waterborne asset. Strong hit. Okay, good. Fantastic. So I am going to... how much supply do I have? I've got +2 supply. So I will move its speed. I will move its speed, which means I will... This is kind of risky, but I will drop 1 supply, and I shall mark progress. It's troublesome, so I'm going to mark 3 progress, and I get +1 momentum. Because I need to get all the momentum I can get at this point. Okay, so now we are at a waypoint. Let's see where we are at this waypoint. Oracles. So we are in a coastal waters location. Where are we? Ooh, a ship. That's interesting. Okay, so as Tamara sails up the coast towards a nearby settlement, she sees that there is a ship floating in the water, also sailing. And let's find out, let's find out who this ship belongs to. Oracle, tell me, is this a friendly ship? Let's say 50-50 chance. Not a friendly ship. Oh dear. Okay, so Tamara is probably not going to want to hail this ship. She sees a flag atop the mast of this ship, and this is some sort of pirate ship, probably, because I'd imagine there are pirates up and down the coast, some kind of coastal raiders that will take any opportunity they can, because not all the Ironlanders are aligned with each other. There is conflict between some of the Ironlanders. So this is a pirate ship. And what are we going to do about this pirate ship? We don't want them to notice us, but if they do notice, are they going to attack a small boat all by itself? This is tricky. I think what we're going to have to do, let's go to our moves, and we are going to face danger. We are going to face danger to try and move by undetected. This is going to be a shadow roll. We haven't really done a shadow roll before, because Tamara's shadow is not all that good, but she does not want to be noticed by these pirates. So we are going to roll, and so we're going to use shadow, and we're going to get a +1 because we're facing danger in an aquatic environment. Oh, hang on. Wait a second. Let me just check something. Oh, okay. I should have done this first. I should have done this first. Let's roll back a little bit. When I undertook the journey and I got a strong hit on that, so it triggered something on my waterborne. I get to mark additional progress, or I get to make camp or resupply with a reroll. So I need to resupply. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to resupply. Let's see here. Resupply. And I don't get a... No, I don't get a +1, but I do get to reroll if need be. So I will resupply. See here. It's a weak hit. I'm going to re-roll that 9. I'm going to re-roll the 9. Let me go over here to roll a d10 to a 6. Okay, so it's still a weak hit, but that's fine. So I can get some more supply. I'm going to get just one supply. I'll get just one supply. That's fine. And I do lose a momentum because of it. That's okay. We're still okay. Okay, and now, so Tamara does a bit of fishing, keeps her supplies up. But as she's doing this pirate ship appears on the horizon. So she wants to try and get by without this thing noticing her. So we're going to face danger. We're going to roll shadow, and we're going to get a +1 because we are in the aquatic environment still. Thank goodness for this waterborne asset. Okay, so here we go. Rolling shadow, and it's a miss. Oh, I should have known it was going to be a miss. So that means the pirate ship has noticed Tamara. Oh boy. Okay. So let us. I'm going to mark a failure. So we actually have enough on the failure route now to learn from our mistakes, but we're not going to do that just yet. We're gonna keep going a little bit first. So the pirate ship has noticed Tamara. It's still a bit of a ways out, but she can see it starting to shift course towards her. So I think what Tamara's got to do, she cannot outrun this ship. This is a big ship, and she is just in a small little boat, so she is not going to be able to outrun this ship. I think her best bet is to shore up along the coast and make the rest of the journey on foot. Because if that pirate ship catches her, she's got no chance. But if she pulls up on the shoreline now, abandons her boat, and heads off on foot, she can get a head start on these pirates, and they will not be able to catch her. So that's what she's going to do. She's going to steer her boat over to the shoreline. She's going to grab up all of her supplies, and she's going to make a break for it onto the shore. And the beach is kind of rocky, and there's the salt spray everywhere, but there's probably some cliffs in the way at some point. But I'd imagine quickly enough, because we rolled a strong hit on our roll there for our progress, I think she'll be okay. Well, let's see. We're going to continue to undertake the journey, and we'll see what happens. So let's go back here. Going to undertake the journey, and we're not going to get a +1 on this now because she's no longer sailing. But you don't want to be caught by pirates. So let's see. Weak hit. Okay, I'll take it. So just gonna lose some supply. Just gonna obviously lose some supply. Gonna make progress. And we're gonna reach another waypoint. So we're still would this still count in the coastal areas? Let's see. Coastal waters location. Probably not. Let's make another location here. Let's roll on this location and see where this waypoint is. Fields. Okay, so she's out in the open fields. It's a nice. She's reached a big open stretch. There's probably like rocks and things, like small hillocks everywhere, filled with rocks and things. But it's open fields. And Oracle, is there anything interesting in these fields? Anything that we could? No. Okay, so Tamara's all right. There's nothing major happening here. So I think if we push just a little bit further, we can complete this journey and we can find a settlement nearby. So we're gonna go back to our moves. I wonder, should we try and resupply? I think we should probably try and resupply at least once more, just to make sure, because you can never be too careful. So let's try and stay supplied, because I think if we make camp, we're not going to get more supply. But we could get a +1 on undertaking the journey. But if we're out of supply, then we could run into some trouble. So I think we will just try and resupply, and we'll keep going. Come on now. Weak hit. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of supply back. We're still losing momentum, but I think we can still make this. Tamara's slowing down. She's tired. She's stressed out. She's had a rough couple of days, but she's hanging in there. She's foraging enough food to keep her supply up, even if her spirit is shattered. So let's go. Come on now. Let's undertake the journey one more time and see if we get there. Come on now. And it's a miss. Oh dear, waylaid by a perilous event. Oh no, this is not good. Not good at all. Okay, mark another failure. And we're going to pay the price. Wait, hang on, sorry, that's in Oracles. Pay the price. See if there's something. Your action has an unintended effect. Ha. Okay, I think that means someone has spotted her. Someone has spotted Tamara, and not the kind of someone that she wants to have spotted. I think something may have picked up her trail. Yeah, okay, I think something has picked up her scent. There's something tracking her. She doesn't know what yet, but if she doesn't get to a settlement very soon, this thing is going to track her down and attack. So Tamara can feel some kind of eyes watching her from somewhere. Something has picked up her trail. She doesn't know what, but she can't help but shake this feeling that she's being followed. So this is getting dangerous. But if she can get to the settlement, perhaps whatever it is will not follow her in. Let's see here. Let's go back to our moves. Come on now. We've got to get there. Let's undertake the journey. Roll for it. Come on. Weak hit. Okay. We've made it. I think we have made it. Let's mark our progress. We will mark off one supply, and I think we're going to conclude our journey. Have we got there? Yes! Oh, we've done it. It's a strong hit. Thank goodness. Okay, so we have reached our destination. We got a strong hit, so we can make another move now and get a +1, or we take 1 momentum. I think we can. I think we'll just take the momentum. Okay, we'll take the 1 momentum, and we've reached a settlement. We have reached a settlement. Fantastic. So let's find out what the settlement is. Now, we haven't rolled up a settlement in a while, so let's see here. Let's get a name for the settlement. Go back to our quick settlement name here, and let's roll it up. Let's see. Rockbridge. Okay, so there is some kind of there's probably some kind of river or fjord or something flowing in here, and maybe there is like a natural rock outcropping that goes over this river and leads into the village itself, and this natural rock archway, they've sort of like reinforced it and put railings up on it and things like that to make it safer to cross. So, and that is the rock bridge that this town is named after. So this is Rockbridge, and let's get some descriptors for Rockbridge. Let's see here. It is dead. Okay, that's a good start. Dead, mystical. Ooh, I like that. And abundant. How can you be dead and abundant? That is weird. Okay, so with that, I think, because it's mystical, maybe that rock bridge isn't just reinforced with physical stuff. Maybe some kind of mystical force is holding it up. And if it's dead, maybe there's not a lot of people living here anymore. Maybe there's just like one or two people that live here, and abundant because whatever kind of magic is infused in this place is sort of like allowed like natural crops to grow, like fruit trees and berry bushes and things like that. So let's mark this on the map. So it's probably around here, and the bridge goes over this little inlet here. Okay, and let's put the name in there. Here we go, Rockbridge. So Tamara kind of drags herself across this bridge, and she can feel this strange suffusion in the air around her. It sort of like makes the hairs on the back of her neck stick up. And as she marches into this small, very quiet village, she can see a lot of the houses here. There's no smoke coming from the chimneys. There's no lights coming from a fire in the windows. A lot of the houses are abandoned, and kind of natural vegetation has grown everywhere. But as she wanders in, she can see that there is still a fire in the center of the village. There's like a what was a communal fire pit, but it's now just a lonely fire pit in the center of the village, and there is a fire burning there. And there is like only one person by the fire, just keeping it lit. And Tamara looks up and sees this person, and she can barely stand, and she just manages the one word, help, and then collapses and just passes out from exhaustion. And I think whatever was following her probably doesn't want to come into Rockbridge. Rockbridge is a this whatever magic is there keeps this thing away. Whatever it was, we may never know. But Tamara certainly doesn't know because she just passes out. And when she comes to, she is in a bed in one of the houses, and she's sort of recovering a little bit, and she sees someone standing by the fireplace, probably cooking something over the fire in a small pot. Let's find out who this person is. Let's get our oracles back out. Okay, so this person, let's get some descriptors for this person here. Let's see. They are aggressive. Ooh, interesting. They are athletic. And they are determined. Okay. So, and let's find out a name. We're gonna need a name as well. Saskia. Okay, so we've got what appears to be another warrior of some kind, probably the last guardian of this village. She's probably she's got an athletic build and determined. It's like she's guarding this place. She probably has for a while, and aggressive. I think if Tamara hadn't collapsed as soon as she got to the village, this person probably would have been fixing for a fight. Saskia would probably have been fixing for a fight. And what exactly is her role? I mean, obviously she's guarding this village, but maybe she's got some history. Let's find out what she wants. A leader. Oh, okay. So she wasn't just a guardian of this village. She was the leader, and she's the last person left. Okay. And her goal? To prove worthiness. Okay, so her charge over in Rockbridge as the last remaining person here and the former leader. This is about proving something. She's got something to prove by staying here and guarding this place. And a descriptor, a disposition for her. Let's see. She is wanting. She's probably lonely. Maybe that's why she helped Tamara. It's like she hasn't seen anyone here in a long time. So she's been wanting someone to be around. Okay, great. So Saskia, the last leader of Rockbridge. Let's put her on the NPC list here, shall we? Let's see. Okay. Aggressive, athletic, determined, leader of the village of Rockbridge, wants to prove her worthiness as the last remaining inhabitant of the mystical site. Okay, and we will also add the community of Rockbridge to our list here. Rockbridge. Let's see here. It was mystical a small village north along the coast, long abandoned or isolated, now an abundant mystical site guarded by Saskia. Hey, cool. Save that. And let us also update our log here. So, informed by Okan that a meteor strike had unleashed a new wave of the Iron Blight. Tamara at last knew what had driven the Tanya to attack the Ironlanders. Khan let her go in his mercy, but stated that he could not guarantee her safety from his people should they cross paths again. Tamara traveled further up the coast, seeking a place where she could recover. Spotting a pirate ship as she sailed north, she abandoned her boat and continued her journey on foot at the risk of being hunted by a mysterious beast. Fortunately, Tamara was able to reach the dead village of Bridge before collapsing and was taken in by the village's only inhabitant, Saskia. Okay, so there we are. Let's save that. Great. So, Saskia, the athletic, determined leader of Rockbridge, is making Tamara some kind of broth. Obviously, there's plenty of food to go around because nobody's eating it. And she turns and looks to Tamara and brings her like a small bowl and say, "You're awake at last. You've been unconscious for most of the day. You look like you've come a very long way." And Tamara accepts the bowl. It says, "You don't know the half of it." And just sort of like slurps down the broth. It's blazing hot, but she doesn't care. It's been a long time since she's had like a proper cooked meal at this point. And Saskia says, "I've never seen someone like you around here. Not that I see many people, but it's been some time since I've seen a warrior of your stature come this way." And bit of a jab at Tamara's skilled heritage, because Saskia, I can imagine, while she's athletic, she's certainly nowhere near as tall as Tamara, but yeah, so she'd probably point that out. Tamara nods and says, "Yes, I am from Mournfield, to the south." And Saskia's, "Mournfield? Huh. If I could name a place that was more likely to be dead than here, it would be there. What brings you northward?" And Tamara will explain about the Atanya attacks and about the meteor and everything. And she probably has to like refill on her broth a couple of times. But she explains everything to Saskia, and Saskia says, well, that is quite the story." Tamara says, "Do you know where this meteor is? did you see it at all? It can't be far from here. Otherwise, the Atanya wouldn't be running scared like this. So let's try and okay. So let's try and gather some information. So let's roll, and we won't get any bonuses on this because we don't share a bond with Saskia yet. But let's see. Oh, it's a miss. Okay. Wow. Okay, that sucked. Okay, we can clear this one. Let me just modify here. Let's clear that progress. Done. Okay, that's another failure. And this is the effect that negative momentum has. It cancels your action die. Not that it would have made any difference at this point. So it doesn't matter. There was a miss either way. And Saskia says, no, I can't say that I do. I've seen many things, such as falling stars, but if one landed here, I can't say I know where it is. But perhaps we can find it out at some point. But you need your rest. You look like you have been through much. And she kind of like very pointedly looks at Tamara's missing eye and says, recover for now. Your fallen skystone can wait. So at this point, I think what we are going to do, we are going to make a move that comes from Delve, which is take a hiatus. There we go. It's a threat move. We're going to take a hiatus because Tamara is in no condition to do anything right now. So what the take a hiatus move is, it's basically a reset where you spend some downtime, like a week or two, just recovering from everything that's happened. And you can only do this when there is a threat happening, because if you're taking a hiatus and there's no threat, it's like, what's the point, really? So if we take a hiatus, the only drawback from taking hiatus is that the threat will advance by 1 point of menace. So while Tamara takes her time, the effects of the fallen meteor and the iron blight are progressing, and there's not much we can do about that. But Tamara is not going to be able to combat this if she doesn't recover. So when we take a hiatus, we clear the marked conditions, we reset all of our health and things to maximum values, we reset the momentum. So we are going to go over to our summary, come down here. So we will clear the shaken condition. We can't clear maimed because that's not a condition. That's a bane or a burden. So that's going to stay there. But we will get all of the health back. We'll get our spirits back up. We'll get our supplies back up. And we will reset the momentum. Unfortunately, it'll only reset to 1 rather than 2, because normally it would reset to a +2, but because we are maimed, it will only reset to a 1. However, that's still a better position than we were in before. But because we have advanced a threat, something is going to happen. So let's see here. It's going to advance 1 no matter what. I will say that, because we're not in a position to prevent the next step, but it could advance twice, which is going to be tricky. So let's just see. Okay. Whew. Right, it's only advancing once. So we already marked a block on there. So that's about the best possible situation we could have hoped for here. and it's not a match, so there's no real surprise here. Okay, so now that we've done that, we should probably see what that threat does. So let's go over here to our oracles. We'll be on the Delve oracles and on the threats. So we've got the plague and the environmental calamity aspect of this threat. So first we've got to decide which one is going to be in effect. Let's see. Let's ask the oracle. Which one are we going to do? 50-50. If it's a yes, then it will be the plague. If it's a no, then it will be the environmental calamity. So let's roll and see. It's a yes. Okay, so something with the plague is happening. What is the plague doing? How does it advance? Lure into complacency. Okay, so basically, while Tamara is here in Rockbridge, there doesn't appear to be any kind of spread of the plague nearby the site. So that's what sort of encourages her to take that bit of downtime. It's like there doesn't seem to be any sign of the plague here. We're not seeing it manifest anywhere near Rockbridge, so maybe she's like, okay, maybe we're all right. Maybe we can handle this. Obviously, as we will know from current events in the real world, you do not get complacent about a plague. Something is happening out there. This is not a good thing. Yeah. So the plague continues to spread even though we don't see it, but Tamara takes her time. She takes a week or maybe 2 weeks even just to bring back her strength, revitalize her spirit, resupply, and get ready to re-tackle this thing and to see if she can find what she can do about this. So after she has recovered somewhat, Tamara goes to Saskia and asks, I can't thank you enough for all the help you have given me over these past weeks, but I can wait no longer. The plague is still out there, and I know people are dying. I have to help somehow. Do you know of anyone that could cure this plague? You live here. I've seen so many strange things here in this village, how the crops flourish without being tended to. Surely you know of something that could stop this plague. So Saskia is going to say, let's find out if Saskia knows anything. Let's try and gather some more information from her. Let's see if she knows. Strong hit. Okay, so Saskia says, yes, there is someone who can help, who lives not far from here. If you travel back across the bridge and head inward to the east for about a day's journey, you will find her out there. She is the one who placed an enchantment upon this village. I requested it of her many years ago that the village would never die. It sort of backfired upon me a little. I'm starting to mull this over in my mind. I think Saskia, she's not cursed. Like, she could leave the village whenever she wanted, but I think as long as she stays there, she's got this enchantment on her that the longer she stays there, the more the village will thrive. If she leaves the village, if she leaves Rockbridge, it will die. And she didn't want that to happen. Like, something devastated the village many years ago, and she didn't want to see it die. So she asked this other person, this mystic. There's a mystic out there. And I sort of have an idea who it could be. I actually started thinking about this when I was plotting out the quest path. So I'm glad Saskia has led us to this. So she says she wove the ritual that keeps my village abundant although it is dead. Find her, find the mystic, and she may be able to tell you how to stop this plague. So, with that strong hit on the gather information, we are going to get +2 momentum, which is very handy. Tamara says, "Thank you. I will leave at once. There's no more time to waste." And Saskia kind of like she has to reach up, but she kind of pats Tamara on the shoulder and says, "Good luck to you. I know it could not have been easy for you to be inactive while recovering, but you have a strong heart. I can tell that you will find a way to end this." Okay, and I think I wonder if we can form a bond with Saskia. Let's see if we can forge a bond with her, because we spent some significant time with her. So let's see if we forged a bond. Like, why not? Let's see. Let's roll. I'm gonna roll with heart. Let's see here. It's a miss. Okay. I think Tamara, when it comes to paying the price here, I don't think anything bad's going to happen. This was just to see like if their connection had grown that much, but it hasn't. I think Saskia is still too attached to Rockbridge, so Tamara's not going to forge a bond that easily. But that's okay. That's okay. That was more of just a sort of a test the waters kind of thing, as it were.